Baxter. Say hi, everybody. Hello. Hi, everybody. Nancy Fox. It's live from LA today, and it's the day before Thanksgiving. And I just wanted to do a little cheap trick in advertising my little dog here. This is Baxter, and I thought it would be really good for me to get some extra attention because he's much cuter than me. All right, Baxter, you've done your job now. Say bye-bye. Okay. Hi, everybody. Nancy Fox, and today it's not Facebook Live Thursday, it's Facebook Live Wednesday, because tomorrow in the United States it's Thanksgiving, and it's my favorite holiday. And so I'm going to take the day off and be with family, and they've flown in from all over the country, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm wishing everybody a really amazing and wonderful holiday, for those of you in the U.S. and for those of you in Canada who celebrated a couple of weeks ago. I know it's a really special holiday for you too. So anyway, I thought we would do our Facebook Live today. And today is part 3 of how to get started with Facebook Live. And let me just take a look and see if you are with me live. I'm just going to put glasses on for a second. Let's see. All right, so Facebook is telling me they're still spreading the word that I'm live. It might take a minute. But anyway, I have a special treat for you today, because if you are going to be with me live today, I'm going to be giving away some products from my website that are paid products, but I'm going to be giving them away. If you are watching me live, I'm going to be giving you a free copy of my tip sheet, which is a really acclaimed tip sheet. The fortune is in the follow-up, and it's 33 ways that you can follow up with people in a really non-salesy way and keep your connections going. And so if you're just coming on live and you're with me today during this FB Live, I'm going to be gifting you with that. And if you are going to be posing a question or a comment while we're live, I'm going to be giving away a free copy of my ebook, Network Like a Fox, which is an acclaimed book on one of the most recognized books on how to do targeted networking just to meet the right people for you and your business. So I hope you're going to be, if you are with me live, to give me a shout, a wave, say hi, ask a question, comment, whatever. I'm looking forward to, ideally we'll have some people on with me live today. But anyway, so let's get started, because we are now in part 3 of how to get started with Facebook Live. And in the first part, I talked a little bit about how to get started with the techie part, literally how to launch Facebook Live. And in the second part, I talked about how to get comfortable on camera and, your camera presence. And in this part, I'm going to be talking to you about how to put together the most perfect content for your Facebook Lives. And that's really important, because a lot of people get stuck about, like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to say? How am I going to organize my thinking and all of that when I'm doing Facebook Live? So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in a very simple step-by-step way today. All right, so the first thing I want to say is it doesn't matter whether you're doing a Facebook Live for business or for personal reasons. You always really want to have a point. You want to make one point. I call it, you got to have a hook. Now, as a marketer, it's always been, I've always known that having a particular purpose or a point to make, or having a marketing hook, is essential in really engaging an audience. But it's particularly important in a Facebook Live, because you don't have a lot of time, and you want to get to the meat of the matter really quickly. So today's point is all about how to put together content, right? What are you going to say? What are you going to do on camera? That's the point of today. But that's the one point I'm covering, and that's it, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're doing something for personal, for business, for marketing purposes, whatever. You want to have your hook. You want to have a message. And I also want to say that there are certain kinds of messages which will be very magnetic to people. So when I first came on live today, I had my dog on camera, and it was really not because I wanted to, I really wanted you to love my dog. It was really to talk to you about the trend on Facebook and in video is that certain topics really engage audience and get their attention. And things like cats, things like dogs, things like babies, things like dancing. There are certain themes and topics that just get people's attention, and it's good to be aware of this as you're putting together your content. So I did it as sort of tongue-in-cheek with you, but I wanted you to get an idea of really researching before you start doing your Facebook Lives, what you're going to be talking about, what the point is, what the hook is, and then I really want to launch into the next most important point is when you're putting together your content, it doesn't matter really what the topic is. It's got to be based on who your audience is. So in putting together this series of videos for you, I knew that my audience was really entrepreneurs or entrepreneur wannabes. So all of my videos are based on with knowledge and understanding and appreciation of the interests and needs and problems that entrepreneurs or entrepreneur wannabes experience. So all of these Facebook Lives are all about how to get the message out to people who are in the entrepreneurial world, right? Okay, so you want to always be making your main point match your audience and your audience's interests, needs, and so on. So if you're, let's say, doing a Facebook Live that is geared to, that's about children, you want to remember that your Facebook Live is going to be geared to an audience of parents, for example. So make sure that you are positioning your point based on what your audience's needs are. Okay, and then the second thing is you want to have, whatever your lead-in is, there should be some visual movement. So that was one of the other reasons that I had Baxter on camera with me, because he was moving around and I was moving him around and I was putting him down. I was on camera, off camera. What we're noticing is that on Facebook Live, that people, we just had a little outage on the internet, as they're scrolling through their feed, things that have movement on camera are going to catch their eye and they will stop. And they found that research has shown that more people will click on a video when there's movement in that video, when they perceive the initial movement, so they'll stop and they'll see what it is. So know that when you're leading in, you should have some kind of movement on your camera. The third point is you want to have a story to tell. So you want to be able to make your point and then have a story to relate to your audience. So for example, when I first did my very first series of videos ever, one of the things that was so terrifying for me is that I actually had no preparation or no knowledge about how to put anything together for a video. I didn't know what was going to really resonate with my audience. So I came off sounding rambling and incoherent, and it also threw me off. I really wasn't comfortable on the camera because I really wasn't ready I wasn't prepared. And so I began to realize that if I really wanted to start to feel better and look better and resonate with my audience better, I needed to do some prep. Now, I didn't have to get prepped in memorizing. I needed to get prepped in what's the point and what's the end objective that I have for my audience, right? So you want to be able to tell a story, and the story has a sequence. And I actually did this. I went through the entire, I think it's like 5 steps in how to tell a story if you are teaching, and I gave that in another Facebook Live, so you can look that up. But the story is going to really essentially bring people from, here's how things are now, this is the dilemma, this is what the action steps and the solution to the dilemma should be and will be, and then the end result after. So now, for example, now the result of that story that I told you about my first Facebook Lives or my first videos, the result now is that I'm so prepared and I'm so comfortable on camera because I now have a structure and a sequence and I'm ready, right? Okay, so you want to have a story and you want to lead people through a sequence in the story so that they can actually follow along and see the purpose of what they're going to be getting from you out of the video. Okay, the fourth step is you want to actually do some teaching, right? You want to teach something. Even if you're doing something that's personal, you want to be in your messaging, you want to be sharing some information with people in some way. So, and if you're doing this from a business viewpoint, you definitely want to be doing more of a teaching kind of sequence. And then the fifth step is you want to summarize everything that you've done in the video. And then the sixth step is the call to action. And the call to action is you always want to be leaving people with something to do, a clear message about what they should do after the video is over, right? Okay, so just to review, I'm going to summarize for you right now, giving you an example. The first thing I talked about is to recognize that you need to have a point. You have to have a message and a point, one point in your video. And you want to tailor that to your audience's interests or needs. The second thing is you want to have a lead-in that's going to have some kind of visual movement to capture people's attention. You want to give people a story that relates to your message, telling them what happened currently, what's going on currently, what the problem is, what your solution is, and then the end result after the solution is applied, right? That's the story. You want to summarize what you've covered, and then you want to give people a call to action. And that's really it. When you start to set up when you organize yourself according to this kind of a sequence, you're going to come off, first of all, you're going to be giving people immense value, and that's really what you want to do in your Facebook Lives. You want to give people amazing value. Give them value, make them feel really cared for, give them something they can walk away with, that they can, a real good set of takeaways, and they'll remember and want to hear more from you, correct? Okay, so today, the call to action I'm going to be giving you is, for those of you who are members of my Reinvent You Camp private group, which is, I'll give you the link to that, but it's all about for people who are in some kind of change or reinvention in their business or their careers right now. In that private group, I will give you the summary, a checklist of everything that I've covered in today's Facebook Live, so you'll be able to keep that handy. If you've been on with me live, give me a wave, because you're going to have access to a free copy of my Fortune is in the Follow-Up Tip Sheet, 33 ways you can follow up with people without sounding salesy. And if you have a question right now, post it in, get ready to post, because I will be taking questions. If there aren't any, actually, I did get one that was pre-submitted to me. Actually, somebody pre-submitted a question, so let me share that with you. Someone pre-submitted a question about how long should a Facebook Live video be. Great question. There are varying reports about that, but basically, Facebook is really interested in having you do longer videos. They're giving you more visibility and more attention, and they're spreading the word about your videos more if they're a little bit longer. So they're saying that about 15 minutes is about the average that will be really, really highly recognized by Facebook. It doesn't have to be that long. It can be 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I tend to use my teaching ones at about somewhere around 15 minutes. That's really my guide. Sorry, we've got a lot of outside noise, so I'm probably going to cut this off a little bit sooner than intended. We've got the gardeners outside. So, sorry about that, folks. So, for those of you who are in the Reinvent You Camp private group on Facebook, I'll be giving you this checklist as a download. And for those of you who would like to check it out, I'm going to be giving you the link after today's Facebook Live. And just remember, I've given you several points. You can review the video, so you'll have several, I think there are 6 points that I've given you about how to prepare your content, and you'll be awesome on Facebook Live. So I want to wrap up today and tell you how grateful I am to have this opportunity to share with you and to be able to give you some takeaways and some value. That's my intention. But mostly I want to just say I'm so grateful. And it's a really important time of year to be grateful and to share. And I want to wish everybody a really wonderful, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving. And I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.